Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We are back home in New York. We returned from Florida, which was actually a couple of weeks ago. It's been a little bit since we were in Disney. Since then, Heather started her new work from home job. We've sort of been trying to settle into working remotely and figuring all of that out.
We're very much adjusting to working remotely, seeing what that feels like, and trying to make plans for this upcoming year of how to take that onto the road. But in the meantime, we've also been really looking into our YouTube analytics. We hit our 1,000 and then almost doubled really quickly. Since then, our channel has slowed down a little bit, so it's been very interesting for us to kind of see how YouTube works and how the momentum changes and everything. So let's dive in and show you the analytics of our channel. First, I need to figure out how to do a screen record and grab a charger. Hold, please.
Wait, no, I've got one right here.
So basically what we're going to do in today's video is just walk you through what we see from the Creator Studio side and the new tab that we've gotten, which is the monetization side. So yes, you will know exactly how much we have earned in our 1 month of being monetized. So here on the main page is kind of your channel home screen where you can see your banner and like all of the videos that you've posted. But if you come over to this blue button where it says manage videos and you click that, you're then granted even more access. So we're going to skip all this content section and go straight to the dashboard.
This is probably the page that we generally work out of the most. This has a more simplified view, but it allows you to go to different areas to get more of a detailed look at a specific category within that.
Underneath that channel analytics section where it shows you the summary of the views, watch time hours, and estimated revenue for the month, it also shows you your top videos in the last 48 hours. This area over to the left shows you most recent video compared to the most recent 10 videos.
On the left side of the screen here, this actually has a nice jumping off place, so if you go to subtitles, it'll allow you to go over and add the subtitles to videos, or you can jump right to comments, which is kind of cool because it puts all of the comments on all of the videos in one place, so it's easier to answer. You've got your analytics, the different playlists, and then content in general.
From the dashboard, you can click over to the analytics tab where you can get into even more detail on your actual analytics.
So we generally look at the last 28 days, but you can look at the last week, the last 90 days, the last year, and then lifetime. So this takes you back to the creation of your channel.
So if you go to lifetime, you can see from when we first started our channel and posted our first video back in June of 2021, we posted 2 videos. You can see that at that time we had 3 views, and to be honest, they were probably Mike and I's from our personal accounts watching the video. And then it slowly grows, you know, and then we post some more and we start posting more regularly. And then it goes into like our Route 1 trip where it's again very slow. We're growing and we're getting some views, but it's slow. And then all of a sudden we started releasing our van build content, and that's where honestly I think the majority of you found our channel. And so thank you so much for sticking by us now that we're no longer kind of in the van build process and are getting now into the exploring within our van. You can see that we really started to go up in our views and in our watch at times as we released more and more van content. We were also posting twice a week during that time because we had a backlog of videos from when we went on our trip, so that also helped, posting twice a week, having what they call searchable content, because people who were really into building vans would search for our van in particular or van builds, and all that was ranking really well in the YouTube searches. As we got into December, we stopped posting twice a week just because we didn't have the content because we were still working our full-time jobs and it was the holidays. And now we're posting once a week without having any real van content at this time because we are in like the transitioning of our old jobs and into our new ones and trying to figure out what van life looks like for us. We're still very much in the planning stage and don't really have a lot of van content at this time. We're working behind the scenes to make this type of lifestyle work, but not posting it on YouTube in the sense of having videos. So our channel did kind of drop as soon as we weren't really in that van build niche, but it's still a lot higher than it was when we started, and we do have a lot more subscribers. So we grew really fast in November and December, which is where we saw our numbers get monetized and then double, and now it's a steady rate.
What I think that shows us is that when we make videos about either the van build or different aspects of the van itself, those tend to do really well because they're things that have a wide kind of appeal in the YouTube search sphere. Yeah. So a lot of people would be looking for van build ideas, stuff specifically maybe about the Ford Transit Connect. And so anything focused on those tend to do really well even beyond our channel. So if you look at the most recent one, when we were on that dashboard page, that had something like 950 or 960 views. If you compare that to some of the top performing videos from our channel that have over 70,000 views because they're more focused on van builds, you can see the very big difference just in general performance.
From this analytics page, you can also see the amount of watch time hours, the amount of subscribers, so you can see right in that window when we were posting quite a bit on our van build, we started gaining more within that hump, and since then it's been a slow and steady thing. Also, it tells you when you lose subscribers too, and for whatever reason, we had a lot of people on our channel who really just did not like our Disney vlogs. And it does make sense because for the content on our channel, it's kind of like outside of the niche. So if you're finding our channel as like a van channel or van build channel or van life channel and you see a Disney vlog, it's like, okay, well, that's not really
what I thought it was going to be
in like the stereotypical sense of it. So if that's not the content that they were subscribing for, that makes sense that they would unsubscribe if we put up two right away. They're like, oh, I don't want Disney vlogs, I want van life vlogs. If you do post videos that don't really fit the niche of what you're doing, so Disney vlogs and van life vlogs don't really mix, then you lose people because that's not what they're expecting from your channel and whatever. So that was a learning experience. I don't think it's gonna ever stop us from posting videos, but it was interesting to learn that and why niching down or sticking to kind of your topics matters as far as growing your channel.
And I think it helps in just kind of having a sense of, oh, I wonder how this video will do, which again is more interesting than anything for us, but it's worth noting as you kind of scroll over these sections, the numbers that it's showing are on a per day basis.
Yeah.
So on, say,
our highest subscriber day, ooh, we got 127.
Yep. So on Saturday, January 8th, we had 127 people subscribed to the channel compared to maybe early on we had
zero
or -2 on an early day in December. So that's kind of interesting. And you can see that they do correlate pretty well. It'll show you when you release content, and you can see that a lot of times when you release new videos, you'll have a jump in views or a jump in watch time or a jump in subscribers. So that's something that's kind of neat to see as well.
The very last tab, and probably the most interesting one, is the revenue. So this is where you can actually see the nitty-gritties of how much you're earning per day. So you can see that very first day that we turned it on, we earned $10.75. And then second day, $8.57. And again, this was kind of riding that wave of the van build videos that were doing really well because YouTube was suggesting them apparently a lot. So this was coming off of that spike there. And then you can see it's dropped down to now $3 a day, $4 a day, right in that range. So we're earning about $3 to $4 a day off of our YouTube channel. Honestly, I didn't really know what to expect in earning money, so anything is just like an amazement to us, but let us know if that's more than you thought we would be earning or less than, because I feel like we didn't really have any expectations. We knew we weren't going to be making a lot because that's what everybody says. You don't really make a lot off of YouTube. But I feel like for us, not really having any expectations to see any type of money coming in is a shock to us. Obviously, that's not anything that we could live off of, and that's why we do have full-time remote jobs now. But it's definitely interesting as far as that goes.
To be making any money off of YouTube is that's just cool. We've been excited to tell people, like, you wouldn't believe it. We actually made some money off of YouTube. We made over $100. We made, in this case, since we did it, $152.29. That's just so cool. But it is interesting too. And we talked about the importance of kind of having everything ready for when you do go. So if we started here on January 13th, if you look back when our views were kind of spiking, it was between December 20th and January 16th. So we did kind of miss out. If we were monetized, or if we kind of crossed the threshold of being monetized right around here, we did miss this portion because we didn't have everything in order. So that, I think, if we were to know what we know now going back, we of course would do the Google AdSense, make sure that all of that was just filled out, because there's no downside to doing it even as soon as you make a YouTube channel, because you never know. We definitely weren't expecting to see this kind of jump in views or this kind of jump in subscribers. And so for us,
within
it was
like a 2.5 week time frame. So I guess that's also why we're really wanting to share this, not only because you all have been part of this and we want to continue sharing everything that you're making possible with you, but also to hopefully encourage anybody else who may have a channel to learn from our mistakes, or at least know what to expect and what you're getting into, so that way you can be better prepared.
This isn't something that's really going to have, I think, a big impact on how we make videos or the kind of content we do. It's just for us very interesting because we had no idea any of this really existed before we made a YouTube channel, and we kind of had the analytics, but since we've been monetized, we've spent a little bit more time looking and learning about all of this. So that's just been really cool. Also, just pointing out, we got another subscriber. So during this video, we've had like 2 new people subscribe. So thank you for doing that if you're one of the people.
Yeah. And on that note, you can see that it's updating live. So you can go and click the live count and see that.
We are so thankful to each and every one of you for watching our content, because I think we just enjoy doing this. And so to know that other people are enjoying the videos that we're making is just is something that is so cool and so special to us.
Yeah. So let's go back to our YouTube analytics screen. In addition to this channel analytics thing, you can also continue tabbing over. So you can see about the audience. So here you can see when your viewers are on YouTube. So theoretically, this would tell you what time to post your video, but unfortunately, we're always like scrambling at the weekend to like film and edit because we are working full time and still trying to figure out our rhythm and getting into the right thing. But theoretically, if we were smart YouTubers, we would be posting Sunday, you know, in between 12 and 6 p.m. because that seems to be when the majority of you all are on YouTube. But you can also see that Monday, the same time frame would probably work, or Tuesday. Not so much Friday. You guys are all out doing stuff on Friday and Saturday. That's fantastic that you guys probably have a better social life than us. And then continuing down, it will also tell you where a lot of your subscribers are from. This is probably my favorite part of the analytics because it really is about knowing all of you. To know that there's people from all over the world, it's just really cool to look into. So you can see United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, Australia, Philippines. And it really does like break it down. And even if it's 0.4% of all of our views, like to know that 698 times it's been viewed in Finland, in Malaysia, Switzerland, New Zealand.
It's crazy to think that our videos are being viewed in all of these amazing places.
I also clicked over to revenue source in the audience. We actually got a lot of comments from people when we were on our monetization one saying, congratulations, I have YouTube Premium, otherwise I'd watch all your ads. But just know that you're still helping, because not only do your views help because YouTube loves when people watch, comment, subscribe, and like, as you're all doing, but we also do get a portion of the revenue when you watch as well. Somehow YouTube still disperses money. So you can see the YouTube Premium revenue. So everybody who does have the YouTube subscriptions, we're still getting a portion of your watch times too. So thank you.
We also do appreciate a lot of people have commented that they would watch ads for our videos. So that is actually really cool, and we do appreciate that.
And it's more than my sister did, because as soon as we turn on the ads in our videos, I got a very angry text message from my sister saying, why are you making me watch ads? So moving on. Back on the overview channel analytics page, you can go down to the see more button. So in traffic source, this shows you where all of your views are coming from on your channel. So you can see the majority of them are from like browse features, and it'll explain exactly what that is. Basically, this page can really help you learn what's working and what's not working for the videos on your channel, and which ones to create based off of what people are searching for and finding your channel through.
That's what we've been looking at and learning more about over the last month or so since we've been monetized. We're not going to change the way that we make videos. I think we're going to continue to just try and share as much of our journey with you. We're really just excited to be able to share the different things that are involved in us trying to switch over to a digital nomad life and traveling the country in our van at this time. So that'll continue to be what we do, and this isn't going to change that. I think that's kind of the most interesting stuff on our channel dashboard that we found.
Obviously, there's a lot more to the studio than Mike and I have even touched on and honestly really even explored, because it can get very overwhelming when you get into the nitty-gritty details of all the analytics. But that's kind of the gist of what we're looking at now as we're exploring this YouTube side of the process.
We're still figuring out how all of the different parts of our life are working together now. The travel side of it, remote working. We're going to be starting the process of figuring out how to get internet into the van so that we can start trying to take our work on the road with us. So we'll keep you all updated on that process as we investigate and learn what works best. And if you have any suggestions or if you have come across anything, let us know, because we're definitely looking in as many sources as possible.
So let us know if you like this video. Let us know if you want to learn more about our YouTube analytics. We want to share with you as much as possible and be transparent about this whole journey. So let us know if you found this interesting. If you want to know more, let us know if the amount of money that we've made, which was $152 for the month, is more or less than you were expecting to make in your first month of being monetized.
If there's anything specific that you do want to know that we didn't cover here, let us know in the comments, because we'll be more than happy to share any of the extra stuff with this. There's so much here. Trying to decide what was interesting to share was a little bit tricky, but like I said, let us know in the comments. And if you're new around here, please consider liking,
comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things.
I got lost halfway through.
I told you, we're still new to this.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like, even saying that, like, that's like the traditional YouTuber thing to say. So it's just so weird for us that this is happening, because it's really very much that imposter syndrome. If you want to learn more, just let us know. We'd be happy to share it with you. But until then, we have to get back to planning our next adventure. I think we're going to head out actually this weekend and visit a new state in the van. Well, kind of a new state. A new state since the van has been converted. We'll say that much.
Yeah. So we did a full restart on states once we started traveling in APA. So we're at 16 now. Some of them were states that we'd visited before, but we are starting our 50 with APA.
Yeah, none of the ones that he's done before count, none of the ones that I do count. So we're starting over. So this upcoming weekend we'll be in a new state.
Thank you so much for watching.
I know that this is a lot of talking and probably rambling.
But we look forward to sharing some new adventures with you in the upcoming weeks and
taking you along on this journey.
Do we do this one, or
I don't know.
Just end it?
This got awkward.
Yeah.